All right. Here we go, my friends. Take a seat. So if you are going to use any lotion or oil, go ahead and take some in your hands. My friends, like I said, it is not required to use any sort of lotion or oil. But if you like that ability to kind of soothe a little bit more, because like the lubrication helps us to not have any sort of friction. And so you can, and you don't have to. Oftentimes when I teach this class, I don't have anything, but since we have our 15 minutes, it's nice to be able to utilize. So my friends, I'm going to sit on the floor and I'm going to sit up nice and tall. So posture is very important here because you don't want to start to go all wonky. You can keep your foot on the floor if you're seated on the floor or on the bed. If you're in a chair, obviously you're going to have to lift it up onto your thigh in a place that feels really good to you. Feel free if you need support for underneath of your knee, place some blankets, some pillows or anything underneath. Stack up some yoga blocks if you want to. And if you're on the ground, you can leave a foot here or bring it onto your thigh. Cool? All right, and if you have any questions, you can go ahead and hit in the chat and I will go ahead and respond to them. So do me a favor and just take your hands to your foot and just go ahead and start to squeeze. Just squeeze, no rhyme or reason, just squeeze. And I like to go up. So for me, even though this is called a foot massage, I go up the calf as well. For me personally, I find that really helps. Coming into the calf really helps me to release tension from the feet because we know that the muscles of the foot connect to the calf. So if we've got tight calves, that's going to affect the feet and vice versa. Alrighty, my friends. Doesn't matter what foot you're on. It's up to you. We are going to stay on the same foot that you've been preparing. And from here, we're going to do some splits. You ready? So I'm just taking my foot up so that you could see me in the camera. You do not have to do this. So you're going to take your big toe in the same side hand. So this is my right foot. I'm going to take my big toe into my right hand and then the other 4 toes in my left hand. And I'm going to do what's called vertical splits. So I'm taking the toes forward and back. Can you see that? Forward with the big toe, back with the other 4 toes, and then switching forward and back. So the toes are going like this. So yes, we are going to massage, but we're also going to work range of motion. And then my friends, you take that second toe into the big toe hand, and then in the opposite hand, you now have 3 toes. Connect to the breath. 3 toes in the big toe hand, 2 toes in the other hand. So if you're starting to go down the foot and gather more toes in the big toe side hand and less toes in the pinky toe hand. And then you get to the point where the pinky is by him or herself, itself. And you might find there maybe isn't that much mobility there, and that's okay. And then from here, we go into horizontal splits. So from here, we go back to the big toe in one hand, 4 toes in the other, and we split them apart. And then we gather the second toe, 3 toes in the other hand, and we split them apart. I like to do this with the breath. So every time I gather a toe in the hand, I inhale and then I exhale as I split them. And then I go back and I split it again. And so eventually get to that pinky toe. And then what I like to do is come to the big toe with my thumb. Right here at the tip of the big toe, you see where I am? There's a sensory receptor right there that connects to the sinuses. So for those of you who are starting to suffer from allergies, take your thumb right here and give it a massage. You see what I'm doing? And I'm just pressing kind of upward, or you can circle it. And then to the tip of the second toe. So here you're going to do these toes individually with that thumb. And then the third toe. And the 4th toe. Shout out to Team Central Perk. I feel like I've seen you all week. How awesome. I'm lucky girl. And then get down to that pinky toe. And remember, friends, just like with anything else, if there's anything that doesn't feel good to you today in class, you don't have to do it. Okay? Right here, pinky toe. And then if you're like, yeah, that was great stuff, but I didn't quite, feel much, because some people, depending on how congested they are or what they're feeling, will feel immediate kind of softening or tingling in the sinus. You may not. And then you have another option right here between at the top of the ball of the foot, where the big toe and the second toe are. Right here, where my index finger is another pressure point for that sinus. So what I'll do is I'll take my thumb right there and I'll start to press and massage. That will also begin that process of opening that sinus cavity and releasing congestion. So all through the feet, there are sensory receptors, just like on the rest of the body. And there are, schools of science that believe that there are points of the foot that connect within the body. So Chinese medicine, meridians, acupuncture, that part of science will start to work healing from the feet for the rest of the body. My friends, we come to the ball of the foot, which is right here, and you're going to do a circular motion with your thumbs. You could just use one thumb or both. Circular motion all the way around, from the top, right where those toes meet the foot, around the side, the bottom, to the other side, and across. And then, so once I start to kind of palpate that, then I'll come back with the fingers right across and kind of pinpointing where might need a little bit more love. And I'll stay there. Just like you might have a knot in your shoulder or your back and you kind of stay there, you could do this on the feet as well. Anybody who is new to the self foot massage, welcome to the first day of the rest of your life. You're gonna be like, I don't know how I lived X amount of years and having not done this. What in the world? You're gonna leave here, and probably even now your room is starting to be more colorful and like things that you just didn't even notice. I'm telling you, it's like a different experience. All right, my friends, from here, because we still have another foot to go to, we're gonna talk about the midfoot now. So you've got two options. I like my knuckle. Some people like their elbow. You choose. We're going to take a line from the big toe, right where it meets the ball of the foot, and we're going to line down. I take my knuckle to the second toe. I draw another line down. Or some people will take both, the whole fist and go down here. Some people will take their elbow and dig in. You choose. What I just caution you against, take a look here for a second, is not drawing the foot up like this. You see where I am? That's called sickling the ankle, where the bottom of the ankle falls down. Right? So try to have that foot ankle all the way across the thigh if you can. And then we get to the heel, which is the most sensitive area. This governs our elimination, our all of the anatomy in our pelvis, reproductive system, all of that. So be very careful. And then we come to the Achilles heel right here. So right above the heel where the Achilles attaches, we give a squeeze. I like that squeeze all the way up my calf. And I go back down, up, and then back down. Then what I do, also, I know we have a lot of runners in the house, is I go in right to the tibialis anterior, and I get that. And you can go on both sides. And so I get the calf with my fingers, and I get the muscles that support the shin bone with my thumb. The more we can do this, so the stronger we can get the front of that shin, and the more we release those muscles, the less likely we will have shin splints. Nobody likes shin splints. All right, my friends, you ready? We're going to go to the other side, and we'll go a little faster now that you know the series, because the reality is we don't need 15 minutes to do this. It's nice to have 15 minutes, but you all know you don't have 15 minutes for this every single day. And if you do, please let me know what your secret is. I want to do it too. And so you can spend literally 30 seconds on each thing, or you could just pick what you want in the moment. So go ahead and get some lotion if you're using it. We'll go to those vertical splits. So remember, the vertical splits is when we take the big toe in one hand, the 4 toes in the other. We go back and forth. It looks like this. And again, I'm just holding my foot up so that you could see what I'm doing. You do not have to do that. You don't have to salute everybody. And so now, like I really try to align this with the breath. It's very easy. Second toe in the big toe hand, three toes in the opposite hand. Continue down the line. So you're gathering a toe in the big toe hand. You do a couple repetitions and then you gather another toe in the big toe hand. So you're lessening the amount of toes in the pinky side hand. But I find, like this is a really good opportunity for connecting to yourself, right? It's the self love, it's the touch. We go to the horizontal splits here, out. We gather the second toe in the big toe hand. We do it out again between the second and third toe. Then we do it again between the third and fourth toe. And then again between the fourth and fifth toe, holding it out. We come to the tip of the big toe. We give that little massage there, right to the tip. Thumb goes there, to the second toe, to the third toe. And so I would encourage you, yes, of course, if you're doing this while you watch TV, well, your kids are doing practice or whatever, yes, of course, doing it is better than not doing it at all. To the base of the between the big toe and the second toe, we give a massage right there into where we connect to the sinus. We're also releasing or increasing blood flow to by doing the toes to the eyes and the ears, the functioning through the head. We come to the ball of the foot right here in this place, the circle. So you see how I went slowly on the first side, and now I'm going quicker on the second side. So you can see it can be done and is worthwhile even quickly. Because some people say, like it feels so good, when you do it for 15 minutes. Well, of course it does, but it's better than nothing to do it for a little bit of time, right? We got about a minute left. We're going to come to that arch, okay? So from here, you take the knuckle right to that base of the big toe and we draw down and then down. Second toe, third toe. You could do all knuckles. You could do the elbow. That's up to you. So the ball of the foot connects to the thoracic cavity, the heart, the lungs. When we get into the arch, that's really the everything in the torso below the heart and above the pelvis. So all of your digestion, all of those organs that support, you taking in nutrients and then releasing them, or I should say then digesting them. Then we get into the heel, knock it. Be very gentle here. It's very sensitive. And then we finally get to that Achilles, squeezing through the Achilles on up through the calf. And then we can also get into right here, that tibialis anterior muscle. And that, my friends, is your foot massage. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, please let me know. You can stay here and keep on going and keep on going and keep on going. It is hard to touch your own feet. Be happy you're not touching somebody else's feet. I hear that. My friends, have a wonderful day.